into fusion centers for what is known as Brigade Homeland, and they plan to get it up to 400,000 troops domestically who've been battle-hardened in Iraq at checkpoints, and this is all part of the conversion incrementally to martial law.
Yeah, we recently had a new police chief from Tulsa swing his way in, and it seems to me like maybe, I don't know anything about the man, he could be very great, but we're all watching here in Springfield, Missouri, as to what's going on. Up another subject, if I could, Alex, and that's Patriot families. I know when I was growing up, I didn't know exactly taking the fluoride tablets. My parents didn't know that was a bad idea. But later on, my father later met a woman, and her name is Ruth. I'd like to say her name. Hi, Ruth. And she's probably listening right now. And she told us about the New World Order. And as skeptical as we were, later on, we grew through history and time to better understand that, yes, it is real. And we want to better understand how to cope and be better Patriot families. Now, with that, how is it that with a Greece-style-like economic system that 30-year-olds are now being able to move back in with their folks because there are no jobs whatsoever, and it's becoming harder and harder for these Patriot families to get the sustainability in place. Can you speak on that? And
Sure. Sure. And I appreciate your call, Derek. I mean, at least you've got a family. That's what family's for. Look at where the government's had control of groups, black people. If you go back into the 1950s, more than half of blacks born in this country had a mother and a father. And the crime rates were much lower, and they had their own communities and businesses and their colleges, and were really upwardly mobile. Then the so-called Great Society came in, and we have the Rockefeller Foundation documents on it, and would pay them money to not have men in the house, and now you've got over 90% illegitimacy. There's no father. I mean, it's hard to bring your kids up right when you got a mother and a father there, because there's the work and the taxes and the kids to watch and the role models. And now you see illegitimacy in white communities, Hispanic communities, trending just like what's happened with the black communities in this country. Now imagine all of these people that don't have a father at home or don't even have a mother. And now the CPS comes in and takes them. And now they're being raised by the government. And then they go out of foster care into prison. And that smaller and smaller middle class pays for that prison. And now that young person, whether they be black, white, it doesn't matter, is working in a prison for 25 cents an hour against everybody else in the free market who's outside the prison, driving down wages. China's driving down the wages. And so at least you've got a family. At least 30-year-olds who are being laid off or having their pay cut can move back in with their folks. That's what family's always been for. You know, you go back 50, 60 years ago, even well-to-do families tend to live on the same piece of property or in the same house because they understood that's all there is in this world is your family. It's your tribe. It's your people. And so many globalist handbooks, so many university publications that we've quoted here call the family a disease, a dinosaur. It's got to be gotten rid of, just like our industry's a dinosaur. We got to have a service economy. It's meant to make you dependent. And so you're just going to have to work harder. You're going to have to work 2, 3 jobs like our ancestors did. I mean, winning is surviving. People think winning is a big swimming pool and a mansion and a bunch of money and a bunch of sex and a bunch of power. That's not winning. Winning is surviving and the next generation having it better than you did and being stronger and mentally tougher. And yes, we're going into something far worse than a Greece collapse. This is just the beginning. And I wish this wasn't true, but it's going to get really bad before it gets better. And it's never going to get better. You read the Rand Corporation, the Pentagon documents, the 2007 British Ministry of Defense battle perspective, and they say the government's main job is suppressing the people, that there will be a total societal collapse by 2012. This is a year and a half before the 2008 crash. It's all designed. We've read that report here on air. London Guardian reported on it. And they talk about a world government being the answer and how it's a post-industrial world. Their answer to their engineered collapse is a controlled collapse that we never come out of. And so if you can just stay independent and keep them from poisoning your water and keep them from injecting you, with the flu shot that really does other things to you. If you can keep your mind free, you're winning. You can live in a ditch, but as long as your mind is free, you are winning. As long as your soul is free, as long as you're not controlled by the globalists and being programmed by their worldly system, in the world, not of it, you're winning. So don't feel bad if you got a broken down car or don't even have a car. Don't feel bad if you got to live with your parents or if your parents and your kids have got to move back in with you. As long as their minds and their souls are right, that's the only thing that has value in this world, is blood and guts. Okay? Blood and guts. What do you think our ancestors went through? Living hell to bring us to this point, and now all that milk and honey they generated through freedom is being sucked out of us. But wealth can be destroyed and then regenerated. But if you destroy liberty, it can't be. This is full spectrum dominance. This is siege. The individual, the family, the county, the state, the nation is under siege. They have to destroy the old system to replace it with the new system. But these vapid, self-serving, arrogant humanoids that we call the general public, who are so deep into the control they may never get out of it, you need to just feel sorry for them, pray for them, but move on and find those that can understand. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Babs in Texas. Babs, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I've been listening to you for 15 years, and if we save America, it's because of you, okay?
Oh, you're a sweetheart. No, it's because of people like you, Babs.
Well, I'm very blessed. I'm 77. I learned by watching a video in the 60s and 70s of Rockefeller and Cheney. And they were at a secret meeting, the Bilderberg meeting in London, England. They didn't know they were being filmed from a hat pin. Can you believe? Anyway, I think I told you that story a long time ago. But we need to ask, I want you to invite your audience to run for Congress to get rid of the crooks. We've got to change what's happening up there. And to come on Thursdays, where the city participation is allowed at the city council, we have to get rid of fluoride and the poisons in our water. The doctors even say so now. So please invite people to come and stand up and help us, the people who are in the fluoride-free Austin group.
Well, Babs, I do know you personally, and you're a well-to-do, intelligent lady, and so is your husband. But I had forgotten and refreshed my memory. Where did you see this secret film? I mean, because I've never seen it.
Okay, I'm going to try to get it again. It's from the John Birch people, okay? It's very important because a lot of people didn't believe me. And they're just now, I've been trying to stop this a long time. People don't always want to believe you. Even your relatives, my family doesn't believe me.
Well, if you watch what Robert Welch said 50 years ago, every bit of it came true.
I couldn't believe it, yeah. I see it happening. Now, Dick Cheney and Rockefeller were on a film. They were on a video. My husband and I and our 2-year-old moved to California in 1959. My husband was an architect. And we moved to Beverly Hills. So we thought we'd be able to survive, but we didn't. I had to go to work as just a draftsman. I was drawing schematics on the Atlas missile. And to make a long story short, I didn't get to get everything out that I did. I learned then. I went down to the American Opinion bookstore, which is owned by the John Birch people, and I saw a video I was invited to see their, go to their meetings and whatever. I was quite impressed with them. They're really good people. Anyway. Well,
I would imagine that a hardcore Birchall will know specifically what this video is, but there is the video of Cheney 6 years ago at a CFR meeting that he didn't know was being taped. And he says, I didn't let the public know I was in the CFR, even their president. You better believe I wouldn't let them know, and they all laugh at the public. So there is a similar video to that where he's talking about global government from just 6-7 years ago.
It's just a repeat. I'm 77, and Cheney's 8 years younger than I am. So it was probably more in the mid-60s. when I heard this.
Well, you know, Cheney, his first job was working for the guy that followed Lemnitzer, and he was involved in COG planning, and that's why he's always been so powerful, even from the time he was a very young man. That's why he had a heart attack at 35. I mean, he was already highest level Pentagon, highest level White House, and he literally formed a lot of this battle plan. But, Babs, it's great hearing from you. We've got to go down to the city councils everywhere and say, look, here's the EPA admitting their own toxicologist, it causes cancer and brain damage. Get it out of my water. Stop assaulting me and my family. And, folks, when you bathe in it, it's just as bad as drinking it. Babs, good hearing from you.
You worry, but only because you're paying attention. What's happening in the Gulf of Mexico illustrates an audacity toward nature. A similar audacity called GMO, or genetically modified organisms, means that the quality of commercially grown food may be compromised with our health in the balance. Now that summer's here, what better time to learn about the bounty that nature provides in wild edible food? Let author Linda Runyon show you the best-kept secret in plain sight, that food is everywhere you look. This summer, for the cost of a good meal or two out, you can literally starvation-proof yourself and your loved ones against any future craziness, and put up tons of free food, too. Whatever experiment is being run on us, you can rest assured that Linda's 50 or so staple foods aren't involved. Our foods are their enemy. So go to ofthefield.com or call toll-free 1-888-51-EAT-FREE and take that first step. Make your oasis of food security and nutrition now. That's OFTHEFIELD.com or call 1-888-513-2837. Start now and make 2010 your year of independence.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
As many people know, ever since President Nixon took us off the gold standard, the U.S. dollar has been devaluating. What people don't know, however, is how this directly affects your personal finances. Is there a way to prevent your portfolios from losing value? The answer to all of this is gold and silver. They've both maintained their purchasing power for 6,000 years. If you had had $100,000 in cash and $100,000 in gold and silver back in 1913 and kept them both until now, your cash would actually have the buying power of only $4,800, but your gold and silver would have the buying power of $3 million. The answer to protecting your assets is simple. Call me, John Ballman, today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Get all your questions answered before your money is worth zero. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Take action today while we still accept paper dollars for gold. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 169.
9 years, thousands of clients worldwide, amazing results. And here's more proof of the effectiveness of how Heart and Body Extract supports good circulation and healthy arterial flow.
My name is Crystal. I'm a 45-year-old and live in Houston, Texas.